Guys, Jason DLT Trading here at Blade Show 2025 with Will Hodges of Tactile Turn and Tactile Knife Company.
Yeah.
You are based down in the Metro Dallas area, correct?
Yep, actually in Dallas.
In Dallas. I don't know if that was a Dallas address, or I was out there a couple years ago, if you remember, and got to see the facility. From a machine center standpoint and equipment, as impressive as any place I've ever been in. I mean, big, clean, and an amazing amount of machines, right? Like, I was blown away.
Yep. And we've added a few more in.
Yeah, I mean, I knew you guys were a company of a certain size, and Rob Orlando had told me, he's like, you know, I know you guys do business with these guys, but continue and try and grow it, because they're one of a handful of companies only that have the chops to just grow into a big company, right? You had you've got the business acumen, you've got the employees, you've got the building, you've got the machines, you've got it all, right? And so your business just continues to grow and grow. We're in kind of a down market right now, but you shared with me that sales are up, which is amazing. I can't believe it. Yeah. That's awesome to hear. Always good. So Tactile, well, first of all, I would say, one thing you don't have to worry about is all the tariffs and stuff, right? Because you guys are 100% USA made. The pens and knives, 100% made in Texas.
Absolutely, everything in-house.
Super cool. So 100% US made in-house. Tell me a little bit about how you got into the Tactile Turn company first, which is the pen division.
Yeah, so I grew up in my parents' shop. They made scale models, and sort of grew up around engineers, architects, designers of all sorts. And I guess worked in a machine shop for a little while when I was in my I think when I was 19, I worked in my first machine shop. Took some classes at the community college and learned enough about machining that, you know, wanted to make something. At first I wanted to get into car parts. Then Kickstarter showed up in 2012, and I did my first Kickstarter project because I saw someone else that did pens. They did them really well, and I figured, you know, I could do that. Mm-hmm. I didn't know what I didn't know at the time, and it was way harder than I expected, but year over year, started adding in more machinery, more people, and just, you know, grew and learned about, you know, my first 1,000 pens were made manually. After that, got my first CNC lathe, learned about programming, learned about tooling, you know, started to get to know people, and I started adding in more and more people, which was really the big turning point. That started getting good machinery, but I'm not really a machinist by trade. And so when I started finding people that really were proper machinists, that made things a lot better. And then, you know, started showing up to Blade Show to sell pins, decided knives sounded cool. I've always been a knife guy. I'm an Eagle Scout, always, you know, have loved knives. Started up a knife company in 2020, so pens started in 2012, but yeah, 2020 started the first knives, and of course, like everyone that I've heard lately that started a knife company, it's way harder than I expected it to be, but nearly 5 years in, 5 years in September, we're blowing and going. We got some great machinery, some incredibly talented people. Somehow we keep attracting people that have worked with, you know, amazing guys. Just hired a guy that worked under Warren Osborne and a couple other guys. Like, just, I'm always humbled by, Dallas is not a knife place, but somehow we have attracted really, really talented people, and it's cool.
Well, I think it's a lot of it is because of what you have going on down there, and I think people can see the direction the company's going in the future. And talking about hiring people that, say, worked under an Osborne or somebody like that, it's so important, because if you look at a knife, it doesn't look that complex, right? It's just a knife. And I always tell people, you know, like, if you want to get from 0 to 100 in making a knife, you're never going to get to 100, especially on a folder. But to get to 90 is easy. Getting to 91% is 10 times as hard, and it's just exponential, each one. And so much of it is this tribal knowledge of just the way things work. And so when you can get this talent of people that have worked in the industry and know these little nuances, it just takes you another step up, right? Another step up.
That's it.
The other thing that I would touch on, talking about the pens, your company was the company that made me realize how big the $100+ pen market is. We sold pens before, but it was like, we sold a handful. And then we started selling Tactile Turn. It's like, holy man, there's a big market for these pens. And I'm just blown away by how many of your pens we sell. But there is such a cool factor. I've given them to people as gifts, and they generally become customers of your brand, because a guy that has used a $1 or $2 or $5 pen has never had a $100 or $150 or $200 pen doesn't understand it. Once they do get one, they're like, okay, I get it now. And so it's really cool to see that progression. And you guys stepping into the knives, I think, was such a natural progression. And like with any company when they're starting out, you had a couple bumps along the road. But now, I mean, you guys are just, as you said, blowing and going, right? I mean, the stuff coming out is amazing. The first thing that I see here is the Rockwall flipper.
Yep.
And one of the things I want you to point out is the size, right? It's different than what the Rockwall is.
Yep, and I should have brought over one of the older ones. So these are a little over 1/4 inch bigger.
Which doesn't sound like a lot,
yeah.
But when you go to flip it and you put it in hand, it feels completely different than the Rockwall. The other thing, though, is the Rockwall is more 2D.
Yep.
This has more contours, right?
Absolutely.
So if you've had a Rockwall and you're like, well, I don't know, maybe it's a little too thin, it's a little too small, don't discount the Rockwall flipper. It's completely different. I absolutely love this. As you know, Tara and I saw this for the first time, Blade Show Texas. You're like, hey, this is going to be coming out. And I was like, okay, I love it. Get me an exclusive, right? Yep. Which we ended up doing that dark wash.
Yep.
Matching pen to go with it. They are available on the site under the exclusive section, as well as tactile turn and tactile pen. Go ahead with the next one there, if you would.
So we got Jared Ozier designed Ranger. So we have done the buoy blade shape. This is a first for a Warney. So a Warncliffe blade. It's just so the buoys. The pull is a little strong for a lot of people. Those that are deep into slip joints love how hard the pull is on that buoy. This is essentially the same pull, but there's just a lot more purchase where you actually pull on the blade.
The nail neck is out a little further too, right? So it gives you a little more leverage.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So overall, it's just it's a very the whole goal with this is a very classic knife. We're trying to do a modern take on it with titanium everything except for the blade, and I guess the classic micarta shield there. But overall, we're really trying to go for a very classic take with some modern stuff added in, and also trying to do a reasonable price point, $349, and
full titanium, not bad.
Yeah, it's full made in America, Magna Cut, 63, 64 Rockwell C, and Jared Ozier. Those that know Jared is salt of the earth, just one of the best guys in the industry. Love working with him. So Rockwall, we designed that in house, but we also like working with best of the best designers, and so far those are going really well.
New fixed blade that came out, which those sold. I knew they would sell very well. That's why I ordered a bunch of them.
Yep.
But they sold even better than I thought. A great looking fixed blade. Tell us a little bit about that. That is a collab with another maker, correct?
Yep. So Best Damn EDC, Taylor Martin. One of the big social media guys in our industry. We've been buddies for a long time. He's promoted our pins for a long time. He's also just been, good advice on sales and marketing stuff. We've been, friends for a long time. And when I can't remember if we actually approached him or if he approached us, but we decided to go ahead and make some knives together. It's a small fixed blade, not big, overall length, but it's got our first in-house Kydex sheath, which Matt, our production manager and main designer here at Tactile, he really knocked it out of the park.
It's great Kydex. Good retention, doesn't touch the blade.
That's it.
Very compact,
Yep.
which are some of the features I look for in Kydex.
Yep.
I hate when it scratches a blade.
Yeah.
This doesn't. You have a little area where you can use your thumb to extract it. It's still got great retention.
Yep.
Got an ulti-clip style. So you can pocket carry it very easily. Nice small footprint if you're putting this in a pack or carrying it either way. Just a great EDC. Blade steel on this one?
Also Magna Cut.
Magna Cut.
Magna Cut for everything we do lately.
You guys are nailing it. And just what a great looking blade shape.
Yeah.
I think just an awesome blade shape.
Yeah. We do a few different Cerakote finishes on those. We got a few different handle types. Right now they're out of stock pretty much everywhere. They sold pretty quickly for everybody.
Yep.
I think you guys sold through quick, and
yep.
We will have more of those at the end of July, and trying to make those as quickly as we can. But we're excited. There is a big list of back-in stock people on our website, and I'm sure everyone else is building up some demand. So they're great knives. I'm very happy.
You've also got one of your seasonal release pens.
Yep.
You guys do the seasonal releases, pens and knives, right? Yep. So different color combos for a limited period of time, right? And this is the most recent one. Tell us a little bit about this most recent limited.
Yeah. So this one's the 16-bit. A couple years ago we did the 8-bit, so similar to the Nintendo 8-bit, or the regular Nintendo color scheme. This is similar to the Super Nintendo, so 16-bit colorway. I didn't bring, it comes with a sticker and a notebook, and overall we're just trying to go for very Super Nintendo-y, although, yeah, I mean, just trying to go for that aesthetic. The side button has the eject, logo or graphic next to it. Overall, it's a titanium side click pin that is Cerakoted, and our in-house Cerakote team does the Cerakote work. Laser engraved, or deep laser for the actual clip itself. Yeah, I mean, we've been doing Cerakote for a while, and seasonal releases just add some color. My color palette, I'm actually red-green colorblind, and so I want boring titanium, tumbled, raw finishes, but that doesn't work for everybody.
No, the seasonal releases give a real flair, I think. Yeah. I think the other thing that you touched a little bit on is the packaging is always on point.
Yeah.
You get a neat sticker, you get neat packaging. You always get, no matter what it is, some other little piece of tchotchke in there. Yeah. So you're not getting just the pen. You're getting this neat little package that's curated for whatever that seasonal release is. Yep. I'm always excited to see your seasonal releases, not just for the item itself, but all the accoutrement that go with it. Yeah. So you guys always do a great job on that. Appreciate you taking time to stop over. Check out Will's products at Tactile Turn, as well as Tactile Knife Company, also proudly represented at DLT Trading. Guys, we appreciate you watching.